Hi there, Danish learner. Welcome back to my channel, Danish Matters. I'm Tina Baga, your Danish friend and tutor. If you're new here, I'm Tina Baga. I'm a Danish teacher and I have been teaching Danish as a second language since 2009. So it's many years. And on this channel, I talk about the Danish language and the Danish culture. So I am a Danish teacher, and if you would like a Danish course with me, then write to tina@danishmatters.dk. Now, today we're talking about Gøre and lave because foreigners in Denmark, they tend to not really know when to use one or the other. So if I talk about Gøre, I think this first example is not going to surprise you. I could say, for example, I could ask someone or I could say to someone, jeg bor i Danmark. And the other person could say, det gør jeg også. I live in Denmark, and the other could say, I do too. Yeah, do. That is the verb that we're talking about here, gør. But the thing is, gør is used in this case because of another rule in Danish. If you use auxiliaries, have and være, those are in the present tense, har and those we use when we steal from a question. So I could say, for example, har du en hund? Do you have a dog? Har du en hund? And if you have a dog, you could say, ja, det har jeg. If you don't, you could say, nej, det har jeg ikke. Do you hear this? I'm using har in my question, and you can use har in your answer. In English, you don't do that. Do you have a dog? Yes, I do. They use do here, and they also use do when it is gør in Danish, and that is what is difficult, yeah? So, with the auxiliaries, steal from the question, also when it is or a conjugation of være, which is, yeah? So if I say, for example, du glad? And you are happy, you could say, ja, det jeg. Nej, det jeg ikke, if you're not. Yeah, you steal from the question, you use that same verb, which is an auxiliary, but you use that same verb in your answer. The same thing goes for the modal verbs. Yeah, skal du på sommerferie? Ja, det skal jeg. It is skal, yeah, S-K-A-L, skal, but we often say skal. Yeah, skal du på sommerferie? Ja, det skal jeg. Nej, det skal jeg ikke. Vil du med i biografen? Ja, det vil jeg gerne. Do you want to go to the cinema? Yes, I would like that. Kan du komme i morgen? Ja, det kan jeg godt. Are you able to come tomorrow? Yes, I am able to come tomorrow. Yeah, yes, I am. We use the modal verbs for that in Danish, and we steal from the question and we use that very same verb back in our answer. But there are other verbs in our language, right, than auxiliaries and modal verbs. And that was the one that I said initially. Bor du i Danmark? Ja, det gør jeg. I'm not using bor here. I'm using gør. Yeah? So whenever it's not an auxiliary, it's not have or være or any conjugation of those, and it's not one of the modal verbs or any conjugation of those, then you need to use gør as your verb. Yeah? Bor du i Danmark? Ja, det gør jeg. Sover du længe om søndagen? Do you sleep in on Sundays? Ja, det gør jeg. Sover, gør. Yeah? I'm not stealing sover from the question. I'm using gør because it's not an auxiliary and it's not a modal verb. Yeah? Another situation where you can use gøre is, for example, hun gør det godt. It could be, for example, if you're talking about a woman and her new job. Hvordan er hun til sit nye job? Hun gør det godt. Yeah, she's doing it well. She's doing good in her job. She's doing well in her job. Hun gør det godt. Remember that we put in this det in it, yeah, in the question, in the answer. Hun gør det godt. She's doing it well. She's doing well in her job, yeah. I could also say, hun gør ham glad. She's making him happy. Gør. Yeah, or any conjugation of this verb. And I hear a lot of students say, jeg ved ikke, hvad vi skal lave. it is also a correct sentence, but if it is used in the sense of I don't know what to do, that is not the correct verb to use. It should be, jeg ved ikke, hvad vi skal gøre. Jeg ved ikke, hvad jeg skal gøre. It is gøre that we use in that phrase. I don't know what to do. Jeg ved ikke, hvad jeg skal gøre. The thing is with lave here is that you could say, jeg ved ikke, hvad jeg skal lave. And that brings me to the other verb of this video, lave. We use lave when it's some sort of production, you could say. So if I say, jeg ved ikke, hvad jeg skal lave, it could either be that I'm bored and I don't know what I should do in English, but lave in Danish, yeah, I don't know what to do, I'm bored, what should I do? Jeg ved ikke, hvad jeg skal lave. Children would say it a lot. Hvad skal jeg lave? Jeg keder mig. What should I do? I'm bored. Yeah? But could also be something that you produce, something that you create. Yeah? I could say, jeg ved ikke, hvad jeg skal lave til aftensmad. I don't know what I should do for dinner. I don't know what I should make for dinner. I don't know what I should prepare for dinner. Jeg ved ikke, hvad jeg skal lave til aftensmad. It could also be that you're in a workshop working with clay and you're sitting there with your hands all buried in clay, all wet and sticky, and you're thinking, jeg ved ikke, hvad jeg skal lave. I don't know what I should make. Should I make a cup? Should I make a vase? Should I make a little figurine out of this clay? Jeg ved ikke, hvad jeg skal lave. Yeah. We also use lave when it is about our work. Hvad laver du så? It's a very normal question. If there is a gathering and you meet a new person, you're sitting next to a person that you don't know, you could say, hvad laver du så? It's normal small talk conversation in Denmark. Other than the weather, you could talk about people's jobs. Hvad laver du så? Meaning, what do you do in your life, in your professional life? What do you do for a living? Hvad laver du så? Yeah. And you could also use it for fixing things. Jeg skal have lavet bilen. I'm going to have the car fixed. Something's wrong with the car. I can hear there's a rattling or whatever it is, right? Jeg skal have bilen lavet. Jeg skal have lavet min bil. Jeg skal have lavet min computer. Jeg skal have lavet min opvaskemaskine, my dishwasher, and so on. Yeah? So that is lave. I hope that you feel a little bit more confident about gøre and lave now. If not, rewind, watch the video again, and I really hope that these examples are going to help you with your Danish. And I just got left to say, happy Danish learning.